Welcome back to Solve Your Hormone Puzzle. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda Tracy. As we are midway through the program and you've learned how to shift your perspective and recognize the patterns of different hormone imbalances, as well as recognizing how stress affects your hormones, now let's dive into how your body metabolizes and detoxes those hormones once they're created. And to do that, you've got to love your liver. Last time, we started to get into the holistic view of hormone balance by looking at your adrenal glands and stress management. And I really hope that you've been doing your homework over the past few weeks, because now we're getting deeper into the holistic view of hormones. So if you haven't been practicing your 10 minutes of mental white space daily and using your daily journal, you might want to pause this video and go back to the stress management practices for a few weeks before moving on, because those practices are vital to your success in this program. And you're going to have a lot more homework to do after this video as well. Because now we're getting into the nitty-gritty as we get to the middle of the program. The letter L in your solve steps stands for love your liver. Now, I know you might be thinking, what does the liver have to do with my hormones? Doesn't that just get affected by alcohol? Actually, your liver is busier than that. Your liver performs over 500 functions on a daily basis, but obviously I'm not going to list them all out here. These are just the ones you might be interested in. Your liver helps with digestion and absorption of the fats that you eat. And it also helps to break down the metabolism of fats so that you can burn them. As you're probably aware, it processes toxins like alcohol, but also toxins from our foods like sugar, artificial colors and flavorings, and also processes the prescription and over-the-counter drugs you take. It also has to process the waste products created by our body's own metabolism and immune system. Phew, this already sounds like a lot of jobs for just one organ. But your liver also processes vitamins and minerals and activates the vitamin D that you make in your skin after being in the sun. However, the particular reason we're focusing on your liver health now is because it processes hormones like estrogen and testosterone, as well as activating your thyroid hormones. To understand just how important the liver is, I'll share with you briefly how the liver works. And don't worry, I'm not going to dive too deep into the biochemistry. I created some simple graphics to illustrate the process in a simple way. Looking here, think of the pink number 1 section as your blood circulation. Everything that you eat, breathe in, or put on your skin ends up in your bloodstream and travels throughout your whole body. If it is a toxin, the liver, which is seen here in green as numbers 2 and 3, will pick it up and start to filter it. While the liver is filtering the toxin, it decides what type of toxin it is and what your body should do with it. The liver designates if the toxin should leave your body through your urine by way of the kidneys or through your gut in your stool, seen here in purple as numbers 4 and 5. And this process works very well. It was designed to keep up with our metabolism, our immune system function, and a moderate amount of toxins from our outside world. But there are a few places where things can go wrong. If the liver is already overloaded and overworked, when it picks up a toxin, it doesn't have the bandwidth to deal with it right then. So it releases the toxin back into your circulation. The problem with that is your body's exposed to the toxin for a longer period of time, which causes inflammation and possibly disease. If the liver was not overloaded and was able to handle the toxin, filtered it and delivered it to your kidneys, but you're dehydrated, you won't be able to urinate it out and it'll be delivered back to circulation as well. Similarly, if your liver decides that this toxin should leave your body through your stool and you're constipated, you'll reabsorb the toxin back into your system through your gut. So what does this have to do with our hormones? You've learned in this Shift Your Perspective video that hormones are made from cholesterol, and that means our hormones are all different forms of fat. You also learned that there are multiple places in our body that we can create testosterone and estrogen, such as the ovaries, fat cells, and adrenal glands. And because we can make these hormones from different places in our body, sometimes we have extra. And when we have extra testosterone or extra estrogen, the liver needs to pick it up and filter it. Then, because hormones are fat soluble, they need to be sent to our gut to be eliminated in our stool. You'll also remember from the Shift Your Perspective video that women over 40 tend to have drastic fluctuations in the amount of estrogen they make from time to time. They would go through times of having too much estrogen in relation to the amount of progesterone they have. This causes heavier periods, weight gain, sleep issues, and irritability. That's why the liver is such a key player for you right now. If your liver is healthy, it can prevent all of this from happening by filtering that estrogen. Focusing on supporting healthy liver function has benefits even beyond your hormones. If your liver is processing toxins and getting them out of your system at a faster rate, you'll have clearer skin and brighter skin that is less prone to breakouts and rashes. You'll also have better elimination and find it easier to maintain a healthy weight because the liver will be metabolizing fat more efficiently. Now, I'll be talking about sleep in much more detail in the next video. But for now, a key tidbit of information is that if your liver is overloaded and struggling, it can cause you to wake up between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night at this time, you need to start loving your liver. And to help you see what a healthy liver can do for you, I'll share Lisa's story. Lisa was a 42-year-old woman that came to see me to address changes in her periods she was having in perimenopause. Her periods were getting heavier and longer, and she was having more cramping and wanted some natural solutions to get her through this time of the month. As we spoke further, she shared that since she had turned 40, she felt like her health took a nosedive. Since childhood, she had battled with asthma and seasonal allergies, but they both seemed to be getting worse since she turned 40. She started having headaches all the time and felt like she had a headache almost every day. Her skin was all of a sudden out of control as well. She had acne again like a teenager, which she found terribly embarrassing. She was getting mysterious rashes all over her body. Especially when she drank red wine, her cheeks became blotchy and bright red, even with just one glass, which she also found terribly embarrassing. I agreed with Lisa that she was in perimenopause, and her labs reflected she had hormone issues too, showing she had high levels of both estrogen and testosterone. But I thought she would be most helped by starting by improving her liver health. Remember, the liver can filter out extra estrogen and testosterone, and that may be all of the hormone support she needed to feel better. The other symptoms she was having in her skin and her immune system were signs that her liver was overloaded and not clearing toxins out of her system fast enough. So they were building up, causing her skin and immune system to be more reactive. In addition to a customized herbal formula to address her immune system and manage allergies, Lisa's treatment plan included the 3 things I'm going to share with you today: daily liver support habits, an at-home treatment called castor oil packs, and a 14-day cleanse. After a few months, Lisa had made fantastic progress. She felt her skin was clearer and she was no longer looking like a teenager in the bad way. She was having less headaches and better periods. She felt more in control of how she felt and that her body wasn't so mysteriously reactive. So before we get into specifics of what you can do to love your liver, you need to know where you're at now, what I call your liver score. The first handout you have with this video is your liver health quiz. So I want you to pause this video and take the quiz right now. I really mean it. Before we go any further, pause the video and take the quiz. Even if you don't print it out, just open up the document and go through the 25 questions and tally up your score. It should only take a few minutes. So, what's your liver score? If it's 5 or less, you're doing great. Your liver is keeping up with the daily demands, and once you start practicing the daily liver support habits I'm going to share with you, your liver will be prepared to manage your hormones too. If you score between 6 and 10, your liver needs a little bit more love. The second handout in this video includes your daily liver support habits and my recommendations for liver supportive herbal teas. If your score was between 6 and 10, I also recommend weekly castor oil packs that you can do at home. And I'm going to describe how to do this in a few minutes. You also have a handout that has written instructions and an instructional video. If your score was higher than 11, it's likely most beneficial for you to start with a complete 14-day cleanse to reduce your toxin exposures, give your liver a break, and help it reset. So let's get started with the daily liver support habits. These are 3 things everyone should be doing on a daily basis to make sure that their liver has all the tools it needs to be in tip-top shape. The first daily liver support habit is to take a high-quality multivitamin. And yes, you do need to take a multivitamin. In my practice, I hear this question a lot. Do I need to take a multivitamin? Does a multivitamin really do anything? And the answer is yes to both. For your liver to perform the 500 functions that it does, specific nutrients in specific forms are needed. And that's where your multivitamin comes in. Even if you are eating a high quality, well-rounded diet, it's still difficult to get everything you need through food. Partly because the soil that fruits and vegetables are grown in has become depleted of vitamins and minerals, and partly because of the quantity of food needed for you to get enough of these vitamins and minerals to fuel your liver is very high. Here, I have listed the specific things your liver needs, the amounts of each, and the correct form to look for. You may not have realized that vitamins are available in different forms, and you want to be looking at your multivitamin and make sure that you're getting what you need. The Daily Liver Support Habits handout has all of these requirements written out, so you don't need to take any notes right now. I included these specifics in your handout because I know you're going to go to the store thinking in your head, Dr. Tracy said I need to get a multivitamin with B6. And then when you see all of the options in the store and start reading the labels, it will become overwhelming. I absolutely don't expect you to remember that you're looking for things like pyridoxine hydrochloride and pyridoxal 5-phosphate. That's why you have the handout. If you're currently taking a multivitamin, I want you to compare the ingredients to the list I have in your handout, and don't fret if it doesn't stack up. I have some recommended multivitamin brands listed in the handout as well. The second daily liver habit is much simpler than finding the right multivitamin. It is starting your day with a cup of warm lemon water before you eat or drink anything else. Warm lemon water has many benefits, including starting the digestive process so that your body is ready for breakfast and keeping your bowels regular. The lemon will stimulate bile to be produced in your liver, which is a key component to filtering hormones through the liver and metabolizing fat. And warm lemon water is easy to make. You just squeeze about 1/4 of a small lemon into a cup of warm or hot water. Now, if you're going to squeeze the lemon into the water and then add it peel and all, as shown in the picture here, that's okay too. The pith, which is the white part of the lemon, and the peel have lots of benefits, anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer compounds in them. But if you're going to use all parts of the lemon, I recommend using organic lemons only. If you don't have organic lemons available to you, just squeeze the juice into the hot water and don't put in the peel. Daily liver habit number 3 is to make sure that you're having at least one liver-loving food per day. I'll get much more into depth into nutrition and food in the last video of this program. But for now, take a look at the list of these foods and incorporate at least one of them into your routine daily. These foods have specific nutrients and compounds that help the liver identify extra hormones and filter them out, as well as break down fats. Any of the foods in the cruciferous family would count, like broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and kale. But if you're not a fan of those, you could focus on the other types of liver-loving foods like artichoke hearts, beets, and arugula. Arugula is a Tasty green that's easy to find, organic and pre-washed, ready to put in salads. You could even find pre-cooked beets in the produce section, ready to eat. And I find canned and frozen artichokes easy to have on hand to throw into pasta dishes, risotto, and salads. So everyone has 3 daily liver support habits as their homework. Making sure your multivitamin fits the bill, starting the day with warm lemon water, and eating at least 1 liver-loving food. These are all described in your daily liver habits handout. And now, if on your hormone checklist you checked off many symptoms of excess estrogen or excess testosterone, pay attention to the next section, even if your liver score quiz was below 5. Because you may need extra liver support. If your liver score was between 6 and 10, or if you have excess testosterone or excess estrogen symptoms, you need to add next level liver support. And I suggest that support to be herbal tea at night and a weekly castor oil pack. Now, castor oil packs aren't as scary as they sound. First of all, you are not ingesting the castor oil. So right now, if you have a vision in your head of those old Tom and Jerry cartoons showing Jerry getting a spoonful of castor oil as his worst nightmare, don't worry, this isn't going to be you. A castor oil pack is an at-home treatment you can do yourself that will improve your liver function, help your liver break down fats better, and also balance your gut to reduce bloating and prevent constipation. Your castor oil pack handout has written instructions and an instructional video to guide you through the process, but I will briefly describe it now. The basic procedure is rubbing castor oil on your belly, more to the right side of your belly where you feel your ribs, because that's where the liver is. Then cover the area with a heating pack. Because the castor oil can stain, after you put it on, you want to wear an old t-shirt so that the oil doesn't get on your heating pad. You can leave the heating pad on anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes and just relax. Then wash off the castor oil, or you could keep it on overnight and shower it off in the morning. And that's it. It's just that simple. And as you're lying there for at least 10 minutes with the heating pad on, this would be a great time to practice your 10 minutes of mental white space to be reducing your stress at the same time. Now, if you need to go further, and if you had multiple symptoms checked off in your liver health quiz and your score was above 11, I suggest to strongly consider doing a 14-day cleanse, not only to reset your liver health, but to kickstart some weight loss too. In my practice, I've been leading 14-day cleanses since 2007, and I have many patients that repeat them seasonally or annually as a way to rededicate themselves to their health, clean up their diet, as well as reset their liver. Making sure you're loving your liver. Start your daily liver support habits as soon as possible, and the weekly castor oil packs if they're appropriate for you. I'll also be emailing you more information about the 14-day cleanse next week. Because after all, as William James pondered, is life worth living? It all depends on the liver.